Hello everyone, and welcome to the second night coverage of the 2012 EVS Supercross Open, brought to you by RaceFactoryGaming.com. The second night of racing was a little bit more unorthodox compared to the first night, as there was time qualifying coming into the event for the pro class. The amateur main event would be going down again for night 2. Champions would be crowned, another special event in the head-to-head racing also, and awards to be handed out from Spastic, shophms.com, and of course EVS come the night's end. So let's jump right into it with the second amateur main event of the 2-day event. In the second night of racing from the Racetech Amateur Cup, it was the 131 Kawasaki of Garrett Smith getting pushed over the line to take the whole shot award. Two riders then collided right after him as they were battling for the lead, so Dominic Saulnier then took the lead on his TSR Honda, but then makes this mistake 2 rhythm sections later and goes down. So Josh Betts takes the lead and then crashes in the berm right after that, and people just pile into him as these amateur riders were showing why they are amateurs in the early goings of this main event. Jeremy Atkinson got away clean from those guys, though, and assumed the lead ahead of a few others from there. Then Josh Betts finally had his computer go south on him as he had a Christmas tree effect there, blinking in and out of lag, and then just altogether disconnected as the lag got to him. Atkinson down in the whoops, though, and James Andrew took the lead ahead of Kyle Robb on the Rockstar Suzuki, as you see Robb there in second. And Andrew couldn't shake Robb in the early goings as he had an earful of the 616 rider. Kyle Robb trying to make moves up the inside here, as you see, and then would dive to the inside in this section right here and make the pass for the lead as Andrew has a small bobble and hits the deck. So Kyle Robb taking over the lead on that Rockstar Suzuki ride, and trying to get away from the field, make amends for his first night mishap where he lost the podium position on the final lap of the race. Ludwig Botten was in this one after not racing the first night and was flying, and as Andrew hit the deck, Ludwig Botten jumped into the second place position on his Taggart Designs ride. Here's Kyle Robb leading through the whoops, but Botten was not too far behind him heading into the later stages of this 15-lap main event, as the 185 ride was closing in on Robb, and Robb just could not handle the pressure as he goes down at the end of the rhythm section here, and hands Botten the lead, and Botten would not look back after that. So second night main event winner of the Racetech Amateur Cup is Ludwig Botten on the 185 Taggart Designs ride, but the overall winner from the 2 nights of racing with scores of 1-3 is the 233 ride of James Andrew of P&J Racing, doing a great job on both nights to get on the podium and win the overall. Let's have a look at the results of the second night of racing here, though, from the Racetech Amateur Cup at the EVS Supercross Open. Ludwig Botten ahead of Robb, Andrew, Parker, Sowery, Spinelli, Grabo, Richards, Giel, and Andrew Wood in the top 10. You can see other riders listed throughout there. Here's a look, unofficial results from the Racetech Amateur Cup. James Andrew with 1-3 will take it ahead of Kyle Robb, Tony Spinelli, Austin Grabo, and Craig Richards in the top 5. So that'll do it here from the Supercross Open for the Racetech Cup. Coming up next, we're going to take a look at the head-to-head event. The head-to-head competition was all about one person versus the other racing each other on this track in a 1v1 style format, in a bracket format where the top 4 from each heat and the winner of the semis came through. In the end, it was Nathan Zaworski, myself, Kellen Brauer, and Tyson Frisquez making it to the final, as 3 people raced each other in the final for 3 points on the line. And off the line, it was a good jump. I'm not even going to refer to myself in the third person. I got a decent jump, and Tyson snuck up the inside to grab the whole shot, but Zaworski jumped over us both and went down. And then from there, I took the lead with Tyson in tow behind that. Both Barry Motorsports riders, Nathan Zaworski on the Race Tech team. Tyson tried to make some moves here, got up the inside a few times, but couldn't make anything happen on the first lap, and then Zaworski goes down right before the end of the first lap, so it made it myself versus Tyson with 1 lap to go in this event, and tried to keep sneaking up the inside of me. Being teammates, I think we were playing a little bit nicer than other people would have, but eventually he was able to finally make the pass here, as you see him get on the inside and make the pass, and I gave him a little bit of room and jumped off the track. So Tyson was leading this one late, just needed to get through the whoop section, and he would pick up the head-to-head overall, but as you see here, it was not meant to be, and he goes down on the whoops. I slowed to wait for him, but to be honest, I didn't really know what to do, so I just kind of rolled over the finish, pulled a whip, and yeah, apparently I won this event. So 3 points to me heading into the Pro main event night 2. Tyson would get 2 points for finishing in second, and Zaworski got third. The final main event from the EVS Supercross Open got away, and off the line there was a big pile up on the inside, so Patrick Evans snuck around the outside to get the whole shot on the Rockstar Suzuki ride, and he was followed by Jeremy Smith in the early goings, but it was Daniel Markham who moved to the front as Evans went off the track here right before the end of the first lap. So Daniel Markham of Barry Motorsports takes the lead. Fresquez was buried deep in the pack, as low as 18th or 19th at one point, and Tyler Crane was up inside of the top 10 until he started making mistakes here. As you see him go over the bars, moves himself outside of the top 10. Then Markham crashes with the lead, and that would hand Patrick Evans the lead again, as those two guys were going at it. Evans and Markham got together here, and that allowed Robert Nash of the EVS LM Racing team to take the lead on his number 19 ride, and Robert was looking pretty good. Another EVS LM Racing rider, Jeremy Smith, was in third after finishing fourth on the first night of racing, and Fresquez had moved up to fifth fairly early as he was working his way forward quickly. Then he would also make the pass here for third on one of the Rockstar Suzuki riders, so Tyson trying to work his way forward and take this title. Tyler Crane still buried kind of in the back, outside of the top 10 here in 13th place, trying to work his way forward. He'd eventually get to 8th, but it wasn't quite enough. Robert Nash was looking really good with the lead, kind of pulling away, actually led for about 15 laps of the main event, and was looking really good, but Tyson was closing on him, and maybe that forced him into some mistakes later. Tyson was looking really good here on the number 21 Barry Motorsports ride, working his way forward from a really bad start. Tyler Schmidt was in third on his Rockstar Suzuki. Kind of late in this one, he would eventually finish sixth. But as you see here, Robert Nash, the gap was closing, and Tyson was not too far behind him coming into the later stages of the race. And then this really dumb move as Cedric Alcee just drives down the berm, and Nash has nowhere to go, nails Alcee, and Fresquez just barely hangs up on Alcee and gets going first, so Tyson took the lead after that. Austin Gorley gets into third, so EVS LM Racing was 2, 3, 4 at this point, with Jeremy Smith in fourth place. But Tyson Fresquez was checking out at the front of the field, and he would eventually win here from the second night of the EVS Supercross Open, which also means that Tyson was the overall winner, scoring 2 points each in the head-to-head in the Super Pole, and then claiming the main event win here tonight and finishing second on the first night of racing. So Tyson Fresquez was the overall winner of the EVS Supercross Open, winning a neck brace from EVS, but here you see the results of the main event. From the second night of racing, Fresquez ahead of Nash, Gorley, Smith, Roberts, Schmidt, Guest, Crane, Kattenberg, and Brauer in the top 10. You can see the rest of the results there going down to the bottom of 22nd. Evans would finish 22nd after getting the whole shot. Let's take a look at the overall standings from this one as Tyson takes the win, as I said, with 2 points from Super Pole and head-to-head, and finishing second and first on the 2 nights of racing. Tyler Crane with 1-8 scores would get second ahead of Smith, Guest, Nash, Ritzler, Roberts, Brauer, Markham, and Gorley. Gorley not even racing in the first night, but gets a podium on the second night and gets in the top 10 overall. So that'll do it for the EVS Supercross Open. Be sure to check out all the results if you haven't, and head on over to racefactorygaming.com.
For daily motocross pro and am coverage, be sure to log on to vurbmoto.com, and if you like us, prove it.